Well, hey, Andrea, welcome to the call. How are
Hi,
you doing tonight?
I'm tired. How about you?
I'm really tired. I've been getting up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning every night or every morning for a week now, and deer hunting.
Right?
So I'm down here at my mom and dad's, and because it's down by where I hunt. Otherwise, I got to drive an extra hour and a half.
Is it bow season there?
Gun and bow.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Our gun doesn't
Yeah.
start until November 15th, next Monday.
Oh, next week. Okay. Yeah, ours started last week, and it goes till a week from this Sunday. So
Hmm.
another 10 days. Anyhow, here we are. We're doing another doctor's clinic. I'm glad you could join me
Yeah.
tonight.
How about that? Surprise!
Yeah, you've been busy the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, the last month. Yep,
Yeah, some new adventures in your life.
that's right.
So, well, earlier this week, I was trying to decide what I was going to talk about, and I decided that brain health was probably appropriate.
Yeah,
There's
that
a
would be
lot.
a good topic.
Yeah, nootropics they call it. nootropics. Nootropics. Have you
No,
ever heard that word?
no tropical vacation?
No tropical vacations. That's right.
Oh,
That was the
bummer.
joke I made on Monday.
I read
Yeah,
it.
you read that. And but it's funny. How did they pick that word? I don't know. I don't know why they picked that.
I don't know. Have to look at the Latin. Maybe that will give us a clue.
Yeah. But in any case, um a lot of the I guess the substances that they use for nootropics are repurposed medicine, repurposed drugs.
You mean in the pharmaceutical field?
Well, yeah, I mean because that's what most doctors, what most researchers look at is they look at the pharmaceuticals. They don't look at the naturals like we do.
Oh, okay. But
So,
didn't they get the pharmaceuticals from the naturals?
well, I mean that's how it was originally derived, wasn't it?
Right, right.
But
Yeah, so
a couple of years ago, they started really talking. Actually, it was like a dozen years ago. They really started talking about telomeres,
yeah.
and they found that a couple of the telomere enhancing ingredients, astragalus and bacopa, really help out with brain function.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Well, I did.
Yeah,
I've been
and
using, you call it Bacaba. I call it Bacopa.
bacopa, bacopa. I've heard it
Bacopa,
pronounced both
Cabana.
ways. I've heard it pronounced both ways. So I've actually pronounced it both ways. But yeah, so these extracts, astragalus, it comes from over in Asian part of the world,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been using that since for thousands of years, really.
Right.
You know,
The Bacopa
and
too, right?
Bacaba as well. And that comes more from the India. So
Mm-hmm.
same area in the world, really. Over in the eastern European continent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Asian
Asian.
continent. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So so interesting. But they found that it helps with the brain with developing new connections. You know,
Mm-hmm.
those
Synapses.
synapses. Yeah, and helps the body develop new neurons.
Yeah, I thought that was the Gotu Cola.
Gotu Cola does the same thing.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got Bacba, you got Astragalus, you got Gotu Cola. Gotu Cola is an interesting one. I remember you and I reported on that a couple of years ago. Um, where it comes from, there's like this forest or place where all these primates, that's the monkeys, a special kind of monkey. Remember that? Bless you.
Here's-
Um, remember that, and they found that those monkeys didn't seem to have any neurodegeneration at all.
I don't remember that story.
Yeah, but anyhow, so interesting. There's some interesting things, and they've done a lot of studies on it. And but we put the Bacapa and the Gotu Kola in our coffee.
Yep, with Ganoderma. And one more. There's one more good thing in there. What is it? I forgot.
Ganoderma and oh, what is that one? What does it say? I forget.
It's not on my package. It's on the big package, which I
Yeah.
threw away.
But in any case, the Bacapa and the Gotu Kola really help out with the brain, but developing new neurons and helping with new connections, new synapses, and they found that it slows the neurodegenerative process. And we can't say that our product does that because we're not a research laboratory,
Right.
but we research the research and put together products.
Right. Yep.
Formulate products. When I say we, I mean the company Sizzle, and we're you and I and thousands of other people are independent distributors, independent representatives of the company. We develop our own little online store, more or less, right?
Right.
And
Where we sell coffee.
and we drink coffee.
Among
we
other
drink
things.
Coffee, and we
Among
and we
other
sell it.
wonderful things.
That's right. That's right. And then the other thing is omega is so important for the brain.
Because your
Omega
brain is fat.
so important.
Your brain is made up of fat.
It's a high percentage of the brain is made up of fat, and depending on what kind of fat you consume, that's what your brain is made out of.
Good fat or bad fat. What do you want up there?
Or bad fat. And so what they found is that when you're using good fats, it has better connections. So it's kind of like, when they have really expensive electronics, it uses gold as the connections versus just plain old copper or silver or whatever. It doesn't make the same good connection that a gold connection would.
Right. Same thing in the brain.
Yep. So that's why we want to use the good fats like super omega. and then of course, we've got the brain vitality.
Yeah. That's an interesting product.
It really is. It really is. I started giving it to my dad a number of years ago, and the testimonial is he started using it and he noticed an immediate change.
That's
and
cool.
he makes sure that we never let him run out of that.
Yeah, I
Because
read your story that you stored it up just to make sure that he had some for this last year. That's great.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing with this COVID thing is that, so many things, extracts, plant extracts, for some reason, they go out of stock. Can't get them.
Right. Well, supposedly the supply chain. But doesn't that product have a really special magnesium in it? Let's talk about that.
Yep. So we have magnesium threonate. And I forget what university they did their study at, but the studies on this magnesium threonate finds that it passes through the blood-brain barrier better than other forms of magnesium.
And magnesium is so important for your brain.
You bet it is. It helps keep down inflammation, and it helps just kind of balance things out. We'll just say balance things out.
Right.
So magnesium is important. We've got a special form of curcumin, right?
Curcumin.
Yeah,
Is that that
bio,
phosphadidyl thing?
yeah, phosphatidylserine.
Phosphadidyl, it just doesn't sound right, Doc.
Right?
Phosphatidylserine.
But yeah, curcumin, getting back to that, is a substance that is so important for getting rid of inflammation.
Right.
Getting rid of inflammation. And people say, well, I don't have any inflammation. Well, chances are you do.
Right.
It's the primary, it's one of the key components or of chronic health problems.
Right. All degeneration, basically.
Yeah. So you look at the brain, if you've got neurodegeneration, chances are you've got inflammation. If you take a look at people that have heart disease, chances are they have inflammation of the heart. If you've got gut problems, chances are you've got inflammation of the gut. And curcumin helps with all of that.
Right.
So the curcumin that we have is a high quality curcumin that really helps out with getting rid of that inflammation. And just really, when you take a look at these things, so we're getting rid of the inflammation, we're making better connections, we're developing new neurons and dendrites and things like that, making the brain so that it functions better and it doesn't age as quickly.
That's what we need.
That's what we need, Andrea. So anything else you can think of that you want to throw in there?
No, I think we covered it pretty good, Doc.
Yeah. I would say, if we were going to say anything else, we start looking at things like CBD. CBD is so important because it helps to, just for the reason it lowers stress levels.
Right.
Right.
Well, if we're talking products, another great product for the brain is the hydrogen water that we have, the product H2 sticks. So you can make your own hydrogen water. They even use that in traumatic brain injury and had great results.
Tell me about that story.
It's just research I've seen that it's very good for that. It's very good for Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, all of that. Yeah.
Right.
The brain loves it.
And when Andrea says it's very good for that, we're not trying to say that it's a prescription or anything like that, because these are natural products. They can't be prescribed. We can't make any medical claims. We can't claim that it cures or treats or anything like that. All we can say is that it supports a healthy brain function.
Right, according to the research.
Yeah. But
and that's why we use it.
It's so goofy, that when there's research that says it helps, we should be able to, to report on that. But we have to be, we have to be so careful on how we report it. And,
Yep.
And I know why. It's because, the research isn't on our product. The research is on the ingredients themselves. So, but I take these products every single day. I never miss a dose. My goal is that, I'll be 60 next year. I want to live another 50 years.
There you go. Good goal.
So, there you go. Well, Andrea, thanks for joining us tonight. Everybody, thanks for being with us. And we'll cut the call off there. And I apologize for not being live. And so this is a recording of a live event that Andrea and I just did tonight. And thanks for being with us.
See you guys.
Bye.
Next time. Bye, Doc.